Good morning. Actually, it's afternoon. Good afternoon, unless you're watching in Hawaii. And then it would be good morning. Maybe you're in China watching, or Afghanistan, Pakistan. I got a lot of people actually watch in Pakistan, Afghanistan. A lot of soldiers watching my show, getting credited advice while they're fighting the bad guys. Hey, I wanted to reach out to you. I had somebody ask a question earlier today, and I didn't get a chance to answer it since I'm driving. So I thought I would just do a video. And the question was, it was actually a two-part question. And so I'll answer the first part, and then I'll answer the second part. The question was, just set up a new LLC, and I just set up a new LLC to flip properties, and I also want to build business credit for that LLC. How do I get started? So, wanted to go over that with you. Again, I am driving, so if I ignore your question, it's because I'm trying to pay attention to the road, because I'm in Las Vegas and people here are cray-cray the way they drive. Anyway, so she said she just set up an LLC and she wanted to buy flip properties, and I was able to answer that question for her via message. So if you look at my previous Facebook Live today, you'll see the answer to that. But here's the answer to that question. I think flipping properties in the LLC is a really stupid idea. It's a dumb idea. A lot of people do it. What's even worse, more dumb, would be doing it as a sole proprietorship without an LLC. That's even more dumb than flipping in an LLC. And the reason I say it's a bad idea and stupid, I'll even go as far as saying it's stupid to flip properties in an LLC, and here's why. When you flip a property in an LLC, and when you make your money, that is called earned income. Earned income, the most taxed income on the planet. Earned income. It's not passive income, it's earned. Because you bought a property, you fixed it, you did labor, you earned it, which is subject to Social Security tax, Medicaid, FICA Social Security, unemployment insurance, workman's comp. It's subject to those 4 taxes plus other taxes depending on where you live, including federal tax, state tax, county tax, city tax, and on and on and on. So if you're flipping properties, it's not very smart to do it inside of an LLC or as a sole proprietor, or even as an S corp, because it's earned income. So what's the solution? Because I don't want to just insult you and tell you the problem without giving the solution. The solution is to flip properties either in a business trust or in your self-directed IRA or a Roth IRA. Now, I'm not a tax professional. I'm an entrepreneur that hates paying taxes. I have tax professionals that work for me. I have an attorney on staff that works for me, a tax attorney. And so what I'm sharing with you is what they've shared with me after paying them tens of thousands of dollars. So if you want tax advice, go seek a professional. This is strictly for educational purposes only. And I'm just sharing with you what I've learned after paying tens of thousands of dollars to these guys. So the better way to flip the property is inside your Roth IRA. Now, a Roth IRA is a little bit different than a traditional IRA. A traditional IRA works like this. You get to deduct the money that you put into the IRA. And I think the limit right now is $7,500. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, somewhere around in there. So let's say it's $7,500. Again, talk to your tax professional and find out what the limit is, but I believe it's $7,500. If there's a tax professional on right now, please type in the comments, what the limit is, but I think it's $7,500, somewhere in there. So with an IRA, you take it out of your paycheck and you put it in the IRA. So therefore, it's pre-tax. So you don't pay any taxes on that $7,500. But when you take it out 40 years from now, whenever you turn 65, you're going to pay taxes on it. So it's tax deferred. Similar to a 401k. So that's one way to do it. I think the better way to do the flipping of properties, flipping of motorcycles, flipping of cars, whatever you're doing in investment world, is to do a Roth IRA. Now, a Roth IRA is similar to a traditional IRA with one exception. And that is you pay tax on the money today. It goes into the account. And when you pull it out, it's not tax deferred, it's tax free. So if you put in your life, right now you put in $7,500, you're not going to pay tax today on that $7,500 into your traditional. If you put $7,500 into your Roth, you're going to pay tax today, probably a lower tax bracket today than you will be in 40 years from now or when you retire, which I would hope you're making more money later than you are today. So you bite the bullet today and you pay taxes on the $7,500 today. It goes into the Roth, and when you pull it out of the Roth, tax-free. Now, you're probably thinking, what does that have to do with flipping properties? Well, what you do is you title the property to the Roth IRA because it's an investment. It's a self-directed Roth IRA. So instead of you buying Coca-Cola stocks or some stupid mutual fund, which all mutual funds are a bad investment, instead of buying something you can't control, you do a self-directed Roth IRA. You put $7,500 into it, and when you pull that out, it's tax-free. So when you buy that property that you're going to flip, you license it or deed it to the 401k, your 401k or your Roth IRA. So you deed it to the Roth. And now when you sell it and you make $40,000, or what I saw yesterday, some dude just made 10 grand on his first flip and he was all excited. And I'm thinking to myself, that's great. You just lost $5,500 in taxes, dude. That was stupid. But he just doesn't know any better. He's not stupid. He's just doing stupid things because he doesn't know any better because his coach is coaching him to do it that way. So when you make that money from flipping, it goes into the Roth. And when you pull it out, you pay zero tax. Do you see how that's better? Do you see how it's not cutting out half of your profit every time you do a flip? But I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, yeah, Ronnie, but I need the money. That's why I'm flipping properties. I need it because it's my job. It's my extra income. It's my earned income. But here's what you probably don't know. With these IRAs and your 401ks and your self-directed IRAs and all that stuff, you can borrow against them. People call it become your own bank. So instead of flipping it in your own name or in your new LLC, you flip it and you title it to your Roth. And now the 40 grand, the 10 grand, whatever. So this case yesterday I saw, he made $10,000. He put a copy of his check on Facebook, all proud of himself. Just lost 50% to taxes. Instead, it should have been written to the Roth IRA. The money goes into the Roth IRA. And then you borrow it. You take out a loan against the Roth. Do you know how much you pay in taxes on a loan? Zero. You pay nothing on a loan. So now he could put 10 grand in and borrow 10 grand out and have $10,000 in cash and no taxes. Make sense? So that was the first part of her question was, should I do, just started the LLC? What's the best way to get started with it, right? Second part of the question was, how do I build business credit? And my wife just said, I'm not at karate. I'm on my way, babe. The traffic here is insane. I've been on my way now for like 20 something minutes, and it's usually a 10-minute drive, but I'll be there. So, sorry about that. My grandson's getting his third karate belt this month. So he's kicking ass, literally, in karate right now. The second part of her question was, how do I start building business credit for her new LLC that she plans on flipping properties with? Here's how you start building business credit. First thing you got to do is got to start the business. Second thing you got to do is you got to get a EIN number, because you can set up an LLC without an EIN. So you got to get an EIN number, employer identification number. The next thing you got to do is you got to get a website. You got to get a phone number. Got to get an email address. Got to get a fax number. I know I said fax number, but they still want that stupid stuff on some of these credit applications. Got to get your Dun & Bradstreet number, DNB. DNB.com. It is the largest business credit reporting agency in America, if not the world. So you got your DNB number, your DUNS number. Now here's the thing. You can call DUNS, and they're going to charge you anywhere from $750 to $1,500 for that DUNS number. And they're going to tell you that your file's never going to be complete until you pay them. And that is true. Your file with DUNS will never be complete. It will always be incomplete or open because they haven't sold you your DUNS number yet. My friend, you don't have to pay for that DUNS number. And that's something I teach in my business credit program. My business credit program's $2,000. But I show you how to get the DUNS number for free. So I just saved you $750 to $1,500 depending on the monthly special. That almost pays for the entire year of coaching with me by just showing you how to get the DUNS number for free. Now, you want to pay $1,500 for the DUNS number? Okay. So now, once you have your DUNS number, you need to get what's called Wave 1 vendors. Wave 1 vendors. Grainger, Quill, Uline, Print Country, Gepler's, Home Depot, Lowe's. No, Home Depot, Lowe's are number 2. Most of these are online companies. In fact, I just drove by a Grainger office here in Vegas. But they're the business credit Wave 1. That's where you got to start to build your DUNS number. And you need a PAYDEX score. In order to build that PAYDEX score, you need to have these Wave 1 vendors. And you need 5 of them. And you need to make 3 purchases times 5. So you need to make 15 purchases from these Wave 1 vendors. Again, Grainger, Gepler, Quill, Uline, Pitney Bowes, Stamps.com, Print Country, I can't remember the rest. And that's the beautiful part of my coaching program is you log in to the portal and it's got every single one of those Wave 1 vendors that you need to apply for and get accounts with and make 3 purchases over a 3-month period from each of the 5 that you decide to select. Now, does the purchases have to be big? No. People always ask me, if I give you $2,000, how much more do I got to spend on business credit? It's really not that much, but you got to spend some. So one of the things you can do is buy some paper towels from, I don't know, Uline, buy a first aid kit from Grainger, buy some plastic silverware from Gepler's, buy some leather gloves or a hose from, one of them, Pitney Bowes. You buy some stamps, Print Country, buy an ink cartridge, stuff that you probably could use anyway. First aid kits, yes, you're going to pay more for the first aid kit. You will. You can go to Walmart, buy it a lot cheaper, but Walmart doesn't report to Dun & Bradstreet. Or at least not that way. They do, but not the way that these guys will do it automatically. So that's Wave 1. And my program will give you step-by-step, move-by-move, hold your hand through the entire process. It is a done-with-you product. We do it with you, not for you. And the reason that we do it with you is so when you go to set up another LLC, you know how to do it. So this week alone, I've opened 4 new bank accounts for 4 new LLCs. Right now, I got 7 companies. 7, all producing a profit. All that I'm building business credit on. 7. Now, why would I want 7? 1, less liability. Yes, I got to do 7 tax returns, but it's less liability. And 2, I now can build business credit under each one of those LLCs. And people complain, they're like, well, you get stuck at, $100,000, $200,000. And that's about where our clients get stuck, is right around 100 to 200 grand in credit cards. So how do you fix it? You get 7 LLCs. So if you get stuck at 200,000 and you have 7 companies, that's $1.4 million in available credit. You can go buy an apartment complex with that. I have clients that fix and flip houses with their credit cards. They literally do cashier's checks or balance transfer checks, and they pay cash for these properties. Now it costs 3%, but it's 0% interest for 18 months. Think about that. You take out $100,000 for $3,000, no underwriting, no appraisals, no back and forth, no bullshit with the bank. You write a balance transfer check, cost you $3,000. Now you got $100,000, $97,000 in cash because you have to pay 0% interest, amortized over 22 years. So your payment is next to nothing. And now you can flip. See how that works? Hell of a lot better than going to a bank and getting a loan, because you have business credit. Once you build your business credit up high enough, you can actually start getting loans through the business. And I got another strategy for that. I don't have time for that today. So that's the first step. That's what she wanted to know. What's the first step? And I gave you like 5. So I'll repeat that. First, you got to set up the business. Then you got to get your EIN number. Then you got to get a website, a phone number, email address, fax number, get your phone listed with 411.com. Then you got to get your DUNS number. Hopefully you don't pay for it. Then you got to get your Wave 1 vendors. You need 5 of them. Once you get the 5, you need to make 3 purchases on each one of them over a 90-day period and pay them in full a week early, so they report to Dun & Bradstreet that you pay on time. You following me? That's a lot, isn't it? See, business credit is different than personal credit. Personal credit just does itself. It just builds itself. No, you don't have to do anything. You get a credit card, use it. Now you got business, or you got a personal credit score. Business credit does not work like that at all. It is a time-consuming thing where you have to strategically do it. And if you do it in the wrong order, you're not going to get any credit. You're going to get denied, like most people do, because they skip Wave 1 vendors because they want a credit card. And so they go right to American Express, right to Bank of America, and it's a big fat no, because they skipped the steps in between. Now I'm just pulling into my grandson's karate tournament area, so I gotta go. But I wanted to shoot this quick video for you, just to share with you, how to do that. So if you have any questions on business credit, personal credit, taxes, setting up LLCs, I'm here for you, man. I'm here for you. I do have a coaching program, a done with you business credit program, where we take you through step by step, move by move, give you 1 year of coaching, lifetime access to the software. You log in, you answer the questions. Do you have a business? Yes or no? Yes? Click. Great. What's your business name? Joe Blow's House Flipping. Great. What's the EIN? And you literally they ask questions, you fill in the blanks, and then the video says, okay, now you need to go to Granger, Uline, Gepler, Quill, Print Country, whatever. Tells you exactly what to do, gives you a list. You click on it, apply for credit. You apply for credit. You set up your username and password. You buy a set of paper towels. Bam. You now have your first vendor account. Now you need to pay it. So we walk you through step by step by step. And I know it can sound overwhelming, and it can be if you don't have someone holding your hand through the process or showing you what to do. That's wave 1. There's 5 waves, 5 individual sets to get to the big corporate credit. And if you skip the 4, you're going to get turned down every single time, unless you use your personal credit, your social. And the problem with that is now it's attached to your credit report, your personal, and maybe it's not the greatest. Maybe you've maxed out your credit cards. And now it jacks up your credit because now you got business credit on personal credit. Technically, it could break the corporate veil. I mean, there's all kind of problems. So when you fix that property, you fix and flip, and you use an LLC, and you pay lots of taxes, and then you use your personal credit card, and a couple years later, they sue you, they could say that you weren't really an LLC because you used a personal credit card. And you broke the corporate veil, and now you lose the lawsuit, and now you lose everything because, unfortunately, you did it the wrong way. And if you're doing business in California, that is not a stretch by any means. There's so many horror stories about stuff going on in California, which was why I do nothing in California. I didn't even like to vacation there because I might fart and get sued because I'm contributing to greenhouse gases. Literally, it's that stupid there. They're trying to fine cattle ranchers for the cows farting. Seriously. California is trying to sue cattle owners for global warming. Crazy, huh? All right, I got to go. See ya.